Hey, Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. What is so good to be with you? Well, here it is. It's Wednesday. That means it's Wiccan Wednesday. And just to give you an update, Psychic Bob is still healing. I'm not out of the woodwork yet, or out of the woods, or whatever the expression is. But I'm getting there little by little. My voice is coming back. My strength is coming back. I was able to go out walking today. I don't know about where you guys are, but it is crazy cold here on the East Coast. I don't think I ever remember a March with weather this cold. It's literally in the 20s here. And, the problem is because I have lung damage, the cold air is really hard on me. It really feels like I'm being choked, like I only get half the oxygen. So I have to walk slowly. But I am so glad you're here. And got a few updates for you, important announcements that I want to talk about before we go further. Tomorrow on Thursday, which is going to be what? February the 16th, Thursday, or March 16th, excuse me. I don't know what day it is. March 16th, I'm going to be doing a live interview, a live appearance on Kelli and the Rawls channel. Kelli and the Rawls, one of my dearest, favorite psychics. It's so cool because I've been a fan of hers for a long time. And she and I got to meet a few months ago back on Rob Gautier's special, The Channel Panel. And she and I hit it off and we've become friends since. And she's just a great person. And I am so honored that I know somebody like her. I mean, I can't believe that she personally calls Psychic Bob. I said, Psychic Bob. She called me up and told me she was a fan of me. And I said, I've been a fan of you. Anyways, I love Kelli and the Rawls. She's the best. I'm going to put a link to her channel below. If you can be there, tune in tomorrow over at her channel at 12 o'clock Eastern U.S. time, 11 Central, 10 Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific Coast time. So that's the time zones. And if you're over in Europe in London time, it'll be like 5 p.m. your time. So anyways, and I don't know the other time zones beyond that, but hopefully that'll give you an idea. But I'm going to be doing a live appearance there. She's going to be interviewing me. I think we're going to be taking live call-ins from listeners, viewers who want to ask me questions. So I may be doing some readings there. And Kelli and I will be talking about all sort of stuff. So please come out if you can tomorrow to Kelli and the Raw. Again, I'll put the link in the info box below. Well, I have to tell you, life is such an interesting synchronicity. This morning I woke up and I was thinking about my spirit totem animals. One of them is the raven, and lately I've been seeing ravens everywhere, which I feel is a sign that they're guiding me. And another totem that I love is the owl. And I grew up in a house filled with owls. My mother is an owl collector and an owl worshiper, literally. And it's funny because as a kid, I didn't appreciate the owls as much. But as I've gotten older now, I've started to realize how owls are starting to creep into my own life. I did a previous video, I believe, on the owl totem, which I'll put a link below. But I want to come here and just touch on this again because, there's kind of a synchronicity in the universe. And, today I decided to wear this beautiful owl pendant. This is one of my pieces of jewelry. This is a vintage owl. It dates from like the late 60s, early 70s. And as you can see, it's made of silver. It's not sterling, so it's like a silver tone. But it's got turquoise in the body and feathers. And the eyes are little emerald green crystals. Isn't that beautiful? Can you guys see that? I love the owl. And so I put this on today. And I was talking to Lady Angela on the phone, and she said, well, Psychic Bob, you have a present coming to you. So I went down to get the mail today, and a little package arrived from Lady Angela. And I have to show you what Lady Angela sent me. Check these out. Da-da-da! Hold on. Let me get on my hair. I'm not very coordinated. Look at this. Here's one little owl. Isn't that beautiful? Done in silver with little crystals. And he just sits on a little stand. So it's like a little standing owl. And then there is another little tissue wrap in the box. And I opened it up. And it had a pair. This one's done in gold with white crystals, and this is in blue with silver. There's silver with blue crystals. Aren't they great? It's like a little matching pair. And you know what's interesting is it's really like the Lord and the Lady, because you know how we use brass and gold to represent the Sun Lord, and silver represents the Moon Goddess. So I think this is very Wiccan. And these are vintage. Lady Angela gave these to me. These date from, I believe, the 1980s, 70s, or 80s. And I just love them. I love them. You don't see stuff like this much anymore. You used to see these little knickknacks in people's houses. Back when I was growing up in the 70s, you used to see these all the time. But you don't see a lot of this anymore. But I love them. Aren't they precious? And it got me thinking, about how the spirit works through animals, and how working with an animal we can get closer to the spirit world. Lady Angela, by the way, I love these. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They are going to be treasured. Now I have to find a place for them. And at my house I got so much stuff it's hard to find a place for anything. But that's all right. That's a challenge I like. And so anyways, I was looking in my book of shadows. I thought that I had a page about the owl totem, but I can't seem to find it. So maybe I dreamed I had a page. But I did find this page, which was called Identify Your Spirit Animal. And this is a wonderful ritual that Lady Angela put together about identifying your spirit animal. And a lot of you have written to me and said, Psychic Bob, I want to work with an animal totem. How do I get one? Some of you said you think that you're seeing an animal and it's speaking to you on a soul level. And you've written and said, is that my totem? Well, when it comes to totems, I have to tell you, as a psychic, many times I do pick up totems around people. And it's always interesting because I'll tell people, oh, you have this spirit of the owl around you, for example. And people will say, oh my God, I've always known that. It's like they know. And so trust your inner wisdom. I wanted to read this to you. And this would probably be a good page for you to swing over to rarewiccaspells.com and pick up, okay? And it says, identify your spirit animal. Hold on, let me put on my glasses here. Your spirit animal may come to you in a dream, or if you happen to run into a certain animal more than once, and it does not come to you in a dream, it's most likely that this is your spirit animal. Before you go to bed, write in a notebook or a dream journal this incantation. Here's the incantation. Guardians of the dream world, I call you to my side. Reveal my spirit animal, my protector and guide. Show me the power, beauty, and grace in the radiant eyes of my guardian's face. Isn't that beautiful? It says, it may take time for your spirit animal to appear to you in a dream. So, yeah, you want to do this, I would recommend you get this page, practice this incantation, do it, a few times, maybe once a night, every night for a week. And then be open to receiving messages, you know, because the spirit world works through the dream state, you see. So when we're open to receiving, and particularly in the dream state, we're open to receiving, it's easier for them to come across and to communicate with us. So this is my advice to you. For those of you who've been looking for a totem animal, as I tell you, I have the raven as one of my animals, and I also, even though I haven't officially claimed the owl as my totem, in a sense, I think it is also. And this raises the question. People say, can you have more than one totem? I believe yes, because I've met people in readings that I've done where they've had more than one totem animal, and I do see it. So yes, I believe you can have more than one. Okay, so. But I think within your mix, sometimes you'll have one that's predominant. Like, for example, I really believe the raven is predominant for me. And I would say the owl is secondary. But the owl is a wonderful guardian. You know, when I wear my owl pendants, I feel very protected because the eyes of the owl are watching, you see. And so, one of the things is if you are working with a totem animal, or you feel like you're being drawn to an animal, you might want to consider also picking up a pendant of your totem animal. And I know over at Lady Angela's site at rarewiccaspells.com, they have a lot of different pendants, and they may have some of the totem animal pendants as well. So definitely check over there with her and see if she can help you with that, okay? Anyways, guys, I just want to come here and spend a few minutes with you. As I said, I am starting to do better. Thank you, God. And thank you to all of you for all your prayers. I really believe in the power of prayer. And I was literally near death this last week. And that's not a joke. I was actually talking to my mom about preparing for my funeral. My mom was crying on the phone because she knows what's going on, and she used to not believe it, but she's witnessed the damage now, and she knows that it's really happening. And my mom was just distraught. She's like, they're going to kill you. And I said, yeah, it's possible. So, but you see, the higher power intervened and kept me here. And I credit so much of that with all of you. Your prayers, your thoughts, your spells. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And so working with the spirit world, with our angels, our guides, working with our totems, we can have power. We can have power to live, to come out of darkness. One of the mystical things about the owl is, you notice he has the big eyes. And these eyes see in darkness. Owls are nocturnal. So it means they hunt by night, and they have vision that is sharper than human vision. And so if you're at a place in your life where you feel like you're not seeing things clearly and you're kind of in the dark, literally, bring in the spirit of the owl. Ask them to give you the sight that you need. I think the owl would be very good if you're somebody and you have night vision issues. I don't have the strongest night vision in the world. And I'm going to start, I never thought about it before, but, I'm going to start invoking the owl for my night vision. So, I don't know how many of you ever done this, like you turn off the lights in your house, and you think you can just walk through the room because you know the room. But if you're like me, you're half blind in darkness. So I end up stubbing my toe on the coffee table or trip over a chair. Even though I walk that route 100 times a day, turn the lights off, and it's like I'm a waste case. So I'm going to start invoking the owl for my night vision. See? I love my little owls. These are wonderful. And isn't it amazing how the spirit speaks? See, here I was drawn to wear this pendant today, and then these arrive. You see, it's all synchronicity, and it's the work of the spirit. That's how the spirit works, So you guys are the best. I love you. So tomorrow is Thursday, Zodiac Thursday. Put your questions for Zodiac Thursday in the box below in the comments section. And I may not get that out till late because I'm going to be at the office tomorrow. Between the show and private readings, I'm pretty full, so I probably won't get out Zodiac Thursday till late tomorrow. But no, Saint Bob's going to do the best he can, okay? I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your prayers. And definitely pop over to Lady Angela's and pick up her totem animal. Identify your spirit animal sheet, okay? I love you. Blessed be. We'll see you back here tomorrow. And make sure to check me out tomorrow on Kelli's show, Kelli in the Raw, link below. Blessed be.